Sandtroopers.com. Never imitating, always innovating, bringing you the latest coverage in the Star Wars galaxy.
Welcome back, troops, to another edition of Sam Watch Live. Today we're going to be taking a look at an exclusive figure set, first made available at Celebration 5. We're going to be taking a look at the Fixer Cami comic book 2-pack. This set includes the comic book Empire number 8 and gives us a little more backstory about some of the going-ons at Tosche Station. This is a set that was also one of two of the comic packs that came in this deluxe packaging here. Not very green or eco-friendly, but definitely more interesting than some of the previous offerings. Very interesting, you know, that they would use a cutscene from A New Hope for an exclusive figure set for Celebration 5. The input that we got back from Hasbro when we asked about it is basically there were some comic sets left over. The Many Remember Entertainment Earth picked up the ball and ran with some of them, and this was one that was pretty much there, so they decided to use it for this Celebration 5 exclusive. We revisited this piece again at C2E2 last weekend down at McCormick Place. We had Anthony Forrest come in to sign autographs, and he was ominously left off the Celebration 5 guest list, as were many people, but he was overlooked, and we thought that was a bit of a shame, so we invited him out to our battle station and had close to a couple hundred Fixer figures for him to sign with the help of Hasbro and Lego and Sideshow Collectibles and Gentle Giant, Kotobukiya, Brian's Toys, and especially Jet's Toy Hut. They helped out and made the battle station appearance. We called the party the Fixer Mixer, and it was a complete success. But let's take a look at this figure here. We're going to crack them open and get into the nitty-gritty and see what it has to offer. And you know what, we might even have to consult some expert opinion on this, because you know mine probably just isn't worth relying on alone. So yeah, we're going to crack into the nitty-gritty and take a look at this figure. Come on, troops, let's take a look. Alright, troops, there they are. We have Fixer and Cami. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with the Fixer figure. As you see, he's a great looking figure, you know, if I do say so myself. I've always known actor Anthony Forrest. Let's just say I didn't know him when he had bangs. But you see he's heavy articulated in the wrist. He doesn't really have a holster, but he's loaded up. He's got a lot of articulation on the knees and feet. Jacket looks really cool. I mean, he's just kind of got a look to him that is all his own. You could pop this off and get you some great customizing if you wanted to, if you had another figure. But yeah, everything moves around on Fixer. Waist, just a great figure overall. You see there, head to toe. It's quite the sight. And then something that most Star Wars characters don't have. A girlfriend. Very interesting choice here that they gave her this dog. I left the rubber band on it just so she doesn't lose it, but I don't remember any dogs in the Star Wars universe. But again, the likeness to Ku, it's pretty close. It looks like it's there. I haven't seen many photos of her outside of the Tosche Station clips, but very articulated again in the knees, the boots, way up there to keep the sand off your feet, the waist, head turns, all that good stuff. I'd really have to say the only place I see that they missed on these figures is I would have traded up the dog, given Fixer a holster and some binoculars, but other than that, I think it's a great looking set. But just in case, let's consult some expert opinion, shall we? And here's that expert opinion. I said we were going to consult. Welcome back to the sanctuary of my bunker, Anthony. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, good. Well, at Celebration 5, we got to see it.
Yep.
Motor City, we talked about it. Now, we get to review it. What'd you think about the packaging on this?
I think the packaging is very cool. It reminds me a little bit of a Kellogg's Cornflakes box in
Yeah.
the sense of the size of it.
It's huge.
But it's really well done. And you know, one of the things, like the features that I thought was very interesting, because I'd not seen that before, but then I'm not a big collector, is the whole Velcro thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a very cool thing to have in terms of protection and also just keeping it shut.
That's the norm, you know, and you don't get that until you remove the outer shell.
Right.
But yeah, very cool. They did it with just one other figure. They did it with the San Diego Darth Maul.
Right.
Let's talk about Fixer a little bit.
Hang on, Fixer's going to come into shot here.
Alrighty.
Here he comes.
There he is.
Look at that.
Ready for action.
And he can completely move, which is very cool. He's probably more limber than I am these days.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I know so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, it's cool. I mean, all of these movements, it amazes me today what they can do.
How much they would put into, you know.
This is a lot. I mean, look at this. He can dance.
I do have one question about it. I wonder where his binoculars are, and that is something that I notice is left off. But what I think is just neat about him is he's got that, you know, the leather jacket. He was kind of like the renegade, and just, you know, cool like Fonzie. You know, I mean, just really neat.
Yeah, I think it maybe in the future. Who knows? One of the shows, somebody will start coming dressed as Fixer.
That would be interesting for sure. I don't know if I've ever, in all my travels, that I've ever seen one. So there you have it.
Well, it's a great thing for a couple because they can do a Fixer and a Cami.
Sure. You know, in fact, let's talk about the Cami just a little bit too. Is she still laying up? Yeah, grab her over there, Buzz.
That's where the binoculars went.
Yeah.
They traded him in for a dog.
Yeah, and what's up with the dog? I almost want to ask any of you YouTubers that follow all the Hasbro Q&A sessions. I mean, we need to know why this dog is in there, because was that part of the script?
No, we didn't. We could hardly. We were just, you know, and on Itachi Station, everything was bare minimum.
Yeah.
You know, couldn't afford to feed a dog.
For sure. Yeah, that is a interesting thought.
Also, they just, you know, all they do, they would probably bark and alert everybody that they attract Jawas.
Yeah, for sure. Now, looking at the figures, how well would you say they nailed your likeness?
I think you know, they've done pretty well. They've even done pretty well on the height,
yeah,
which is interesting.
Yeah, because there's not much of you two really lined up there in the scene. It's rather quick. It's fast.
Yeah, but in terms of the height ratio, I think they've done a pretty good job on that.
Yeah, and then for those of you who aren't familiar with the cutscene, I know one of the places you can find is on YouTube.com, and I'm sure with the Blu-rays coming up, you're ultimately going to be interested if whether that scene actually make the movie this time. I think it'd be cool.
You know, what I think is interesting because of the fans and the collectors now. The scene has become its own mythology now.
Right. Right.
It's kind of had the scene been in the movie, it probably just meant nothing. It would have got passed over. But since the scene has become is in the deleted scenes, it's become its own mythology, which is fascinating.
It's like a you know, only the true, you know, diehard fans know about it. And that is one of the things that amazes me about Star Wars, is how people can bring up some of the most obscure pieces of memorabilia. While we were at the battle station this weekend, somebody came up with a Ku Stark photo, and many of us know she's quite the recluse, doesn't have much interest in signing autographs, and so I think that's a hell of a find there.
That's a coup, yeah. That's a coup.
It's a coup, yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Well, hey troops, for those of you who didn't get the Celebration 5 figure, it is now available, I believe, still at Hasbro Toy Shop. I'm surprised it didn't sell out. Most convention exclusives do. Until next time, I'm Darth Spice with Anthony Forrest. You're still so very glad you're not, but maybe today just a little bit you wish was me, because I'm hanging out with Anthony.
See you guys.
Later, troops. We're out.